Hello students, in the previous video we have studied some part of the chapter from the diary of Anne Frank. Now we'll continue the next discussion about the same chapter in this video. So we came to know that Anne Frank has started writing her diary and she felt it very important to give her brief background details to know about her. Okay, she thinks that it won't be so effective if she is not giving some information about her own details. Let us have some words to have better understanding of the chapter. Adorable, that is lovable or cute. Immigrated, leave one's own country in order to settle permanently in another. And the third word is plunked, to put down. Now let us talk about the chapter. Anne Frank refers to her father as the most lovable father one could get. Her father married her mother when he was at the age of 36 and she was 25. Her mother was that time she was 25 years old. She and her sister Margot were both born in Frankfurt. As soon as Anne turned 4, her father moved to Holland, followed by her mother. Mother went there in September, while both the sisters they stayed back with their grandmother, and that was in Aachen. Margot was also sent to Holland in December, followed by Anne in February. So first Margot went there, and then Anne also shifted herself there, and went there in February when it was the birthday of Margot. So she was sent there as if she is a birthday present or birthday surprise to Margot. Unfortunately, her grandmother left them in January 1942. So that year it happened that they could not have a good birthday celebration. But Anne tells us very important thing that she was so close to her grandmother and she misses her grandmother more than anyone knows. So next year when she is writing the diary, on that day she says that this year, okay, because previous year they lost their grandmother, they could not have their birthday celebration. So she says, when she is writing the diary, she says that this year means the following year, that the birthday celebration is going to be with great zeal, so they can compensate for the last years. She then mentions that her family is doing well, which sums up her background and brings her to the present date of June 20, 1942. And this is the day when she is writing her diary. Let us see few more words here. Quacking, it means shake or tremble. Pleading means to make an emotional appeal. Glances, it means take a brief or hurried look. Outburst, it means a sudden release of strong emotion. Unpredictable, it means not able to be predicted or changeable. Let's continue with the discussion of the chapter. On June 20, 1942, Anne begins writing in her diary, and that time she addresses her diary as her friend and she calls the diary as Kitty. She mentions how her entire class is nervous about their results. Normally it happens that whenever we are having the day of results, we feel little bit nervous. It is unpredictable and will be decided. The result is unpredictable, and the result will be decided by a meeting of teachers, and during that meeting they will plan or they will select the students to be moved to next class or kept back. So they all are waiting for the results. Now many students are there who are even making bets based on their results. Even there are few who have put their entire summer savings at stake. Okay, She and her friend Jean also made fun of nervous boys. They kept on saying to each other what those boys were telling each other, I'm not going to pass. And there were other friends who were consoling them, who were trying to tell them that yes, you would pass the exam. So this is how the classroom situation is narrated by her. G, or her friend, was polite as she tried to stop them from making noise, while Anne scolded them. But none of it worked. G tried to be very polite and tried to scold them, but none of the things worked there. According to Anne, about a quarter of class should not be allowed to pass, okay, because they hardly respond or take part in any of the activities. So that is why she feels that they should not be sent or selected for the next class. She refers to them as dummies. What she calls to those students who are not responding in the class or who are not taking part in the activities, she says they are the dummies. But this may not be the case because teachers' decisions can't be predicted. She says that I don't know what can happen, though I feel that these students should not be selected for the next class. But ultimately, it is the teacher who is going to decide all. The author says that she is not bothered about her friends because she is sure that they will pass. The only subject that she is unsure about is mathematics. She seems to be having a tough time with the subject. She finds difficulty in mathematics, but all they could do was wait for the results. There was no other choice, no other option. They only can wait for the results and not lose their hope. Let us see these words. Old fudgy, old fuggy, that is old fashioned person. Annoyed, slightly angry or irritated. Chatterbox, it means a person who likes to chatter or talkative. Jotted, jotted means write something quickly. She tells how she has a great relationship with all her teachers except one teacher, and that is the teacher of maths or maths professor. He was constantly irritated by the author's talkativeness. Now, who is the author? It is Anne Frank. Despite several warnings, Anne did not stop talking in the classes. And what happened due to that, or this activity of Anne, prompted him to give her extra homework as punishment. The first one was to write an essay on chatterbox. What is the punishment given to her? To write an essay on a topic or a subject, that is chatterbox, which she thought was a weird topic. What she felt is, what can I write on such a topic? She felt it is a very weird topic to write on, because what can or what could one write about such a topic? For a moment, she wrote the topic in her notebook, kept it in her bag, and focused on staying quiet. Come on, again we are going to study a few words. A ramble. Ramble is to talk or write at length in a confused or inconsequential ways. Next is convincing, that is capable of causing someone to believe that something is true or real. Powerful. Trait is quality. Inherited means derived genetically from one's parents or ancestors. The author came across the note she made as a reminder for the essay. Okay, she was given some task by the teacher, and that was to write an essay on a topic, that is chatterbox. So she kept a note that can remind her that she has to write an essay. So after she had finished the rest of her homework, she had planned to complete that essay. When she started thinking about the topic, she was chewing the tip of the fountain pen as if it is signifying that she is deep in her thoughts. While anyone could mention a random stuff written for the sake of filling pages, she says that it is I who is thinking very critically, okay, about the topic like chatterbox. But if somebody would have been there, the person just would have filled the pages. She wanted to present. She is not like others. She says that she wanted to present concrete arguments instead of writing or filling few pages. She wants to write those concrete arguments in support of talking. She mentioned that she will try to better herself as a student, but talking is something that cannot be eliminated completely. See, she is talkative. Because of that, she got that punishment. And again, in that punishment, where she is writing an essay, she mentions that talking is something that cannot be eliminated, that cannot be removed completely. This is because she got it as an inherited trait. Okay, so if this is a trait, this is a quality she has inherited from her parents, how can she completely remove such a quality from her? She has inherited it from her mother, and this is how she ended up writing not one or two, but she completed 3 pages. Come on, now again we'll have 2 more words on this slide. Let us discuss them. Incorrigible, that is not able to be changed. Next is mistress, a woman in a position of authority or control. Then the professor found, the professor of maths found Anne's argument to be amusing. But when she did not stop talking in the next lesson also, he gave her yet another assignment as punishment. The topic was, this time, what was the topic? An incorrigible chatterbox. So again the same topic is given, but with some modification. Now we all know what is incorrigible, that is something that cannot be changed. So it refers to a bad habit that is difficult to change. So he gave her this topic because he was annoyed of her unstoppable chattering, and that too during his lessons or his classes. On receiving this assignment, the professor did not say anything to her. For a while he did not say anything, but when he lost his patience, he handed her yet another assignment as a punishment, and this time the topic was quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. By just reading these words, you can understand how much the teacher was annoyed due to her unstoppable chattering. Okay, so here are a few more words to discuss. Roared, here we will take the meaning laughed. Exhausted, completely used up. Ingenuity, that is the quality of being clever, original and inventive. Next is ridiculous, that is deserving or inviting derision or mockery, or we can say absurd, the absurd things. Okay. Now when the professor scolded her for the third time punished her, the whole class started, definitely they started laughing, they started roaring. And as a result of that, she had to pretend to be amused too. Even she is trying to pretend. After writing twice on similar topics, she ran out of thoughts. Now, what she is thinking? What can I write on the same topic? So she has written on the same topic twice. So she has nothing to write about it. Thus, her friend San, who was good at poetry, that friend offered her some help to write in rhyme. This whole assignment scenario was to make Anne feel ashamed, but she made sure that she gave an effective reply. Okay, what was the thing behind, or what was the purpose behind giving such punishments to her? To make her realize, okay, to make her feel that what mistake or what things she is doing in the class, what mistake she is committing. But even she has planned that she will be giving a very effective reply to all the punishments. Okay, she finally wrote her third assignment in the form of a poem, which turned out to be great. Okay, this time she has written on that topic, but she has written in poetic style. She wrote a satire that a father swan bit his 3 baby ducklings to death because of their noisy nature. See how beautifully she has developed the ideas for that topic. To her good luck, the professor took it lightly. Okay. The professor recited the entire poem in front of the class while giving his own remarks simultaneously. The author, being fortunate enough, talked uninterruptedly after this incident without any further homework. See, after getting punishment for 3 times, then also she did not stop. She continued continuously. She continued her talks uninterruptedly. Even the teacher has stopped giving punishments, but she did not stop. Also, Mr. Kissing, the professor, started cracking jokes every now and then in front of the class. So, this is how we can see a change in the teacher. And this is all about this chapter. Thank you so much.